Hey guys, Caleb here with DSLR Video Shooter. Today I want to do kind of a different review. The problem with gear reviews is most of them are brand new gear or gear that's been played with for maybe a month or two, maybe a little longer, but we rarely get a chance to watch people review things that they've had for a long time. So this is actually kind of a 4 years later review of this tripod. I think it's a great starter tripod. Even for professionals and people shooting a lot, I think it's a great option, maybe for a second or third camera. I actually use it a lot as my main camera, and I know a lot of people talk about buying expensive tripods and how you really should spend a lot of money on it. But really, I have this tripod, which is around $150, and then I have a Benro S6 kit, and that's a little more expensive, maybe $300–400. I actually prefer this tripod, and I want to give you guys my experience with it and what I've learned from having it for over 4 years. So first of all, it's just a tank of a tripod. It is fully metal. There's some plastic here and there. The clasps down here at the leg, those are like a composite or hardcore plastic. But all in all, it's been a fantastic tripod. There has been a little issue that I found, and it wasn't this way in the beginning, but over time it's developed, and that is when I unlock the tripod and pan, maybe I'm framing up a shot or something, and then when I lock it back off, as I'm locking it, the tripod head pans just a little bit. So I end up not tightening it down all the way. I just get it snug enough where, you know, if somebody bumped it or for whatever reason it was on an extreme angle, it wouldn't pan on its own. That said, I really do love the panning on this, and there's a big problem with kind of mid-level tripods. Really cheap tripods, there's no pan or tilt drag control. There's just one level, and it's usually really heavy. And then as you work your way up, you get some tripods like the S6, which is shooting this from Benro, that have some tilt control, but no pan control. And a lot of those are way too zippy. So I really don't like to use the S6 tripod as a floating tripod. So a lot of times I'll have a locked off main camera, and then as a second camera, I let it breathe a little bit, and I'm just kind of sitting there making minor adjustments, and it has more of an organic feel to it. I can't use the S6 very well because it's way too loose, so it looks way too jittery for what I'm looking for. Whereas this guy kind of has the perfect level of fluid drag when it comes to panning and tilting. So it's not ridiculously hardcore where you're having to really put your back into it, but at the same time, it's not just whipping all over the place. So you can still get it moving pretty good, but it's just an amazing tripod when it comes to getting the really fluid motion out of it. Something else that I've done over time is actually using it backward. So technically, this is the front of the tripod, so your camera lens would be facing that way, and you'd have your handle over here. I found that I like to work the other way around, so I like my handle still on the right side, but I like to have my locks for the tilt and the pan both on the left side, which a lot of tripods don't usually do. And the reason I like this is if I move this around here, it might not be in focus, I can be focused on my camera and working with my shots, and if I need to, my one left hand can control both the lock for the tilt and for the pan. So this is kind of a backward setup. So I take the arm, and you can use two arms on this, but I just use one, and instead of sending it that way, I run it backward. And this allows me to really get in there and focus on what I'm shooting, and if I find a really good spot and I need to lock it off for whatever reason, it's that easy. So a lot of times when I'm shooting, I'm by myself, or I'm the audio guy as well as the camera operator. So it's really nice to be able to have a floating head, and then if I notice that maybe my levels aren't right where I want them on my recorder or my preamp for audio, I can just lock this off without bumping or moving the shot, adjust things over here, and then pick right back up where I left off. So it's been a great tripod. Again, it's around 150 bucks. This is the grounder model. So the sticks on this one let you get really low to the ground, but you still have the option to have a bowl. So this is a 75mm bowl. You can get this tripod with a riser and different sticks. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm very happy with it considering it cost me $150. I've had it for 4 years and I really, really dig it. If you want to spend more money on a tripod, I'd recommend going to something like a Benro S8. That tripod head lets you adjust the drag on the pan as well as the tilt. Both axes, which is great. The S6, you know, it's easy to balance and it has great tilt, but I really wouldn't recommend it if you're going to be doing a lot of camera movement. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned for more gear reviews and tutorials here on DSLR Video Shooter. We do videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Hope you guys will join me.